federal government officially shut down at midnight after lawmakers failed to reach a deal on spending. Non-essential agencies are closing, while essential services such as national security, law enforcement, and Social Security payments will continue, though many employees will work without pay. Up to 750,000 federal workers could be furloughed, and the FAA alone expects more than 11,000 staff sent home, raising concerns about air travel delays. Health and education programs are also scaling back, with nearly half of staff at federal health agencies furloughed and oversight of student loans and grants put on hold. Unlike past shutdowns, agencies have been told to prepare for potential permanent layoffs, prompting lawsuits from federal unions. The standoff centers on Democrats seeking to extend health care subsidies and restore funding cuts, while Republicans insist on passing a bill stripped of policy riders. A flotilla of over 40 ships carrying aid and activists is pressing toward Gaza, directly challenging Israel's naval blockade. Organizers say they're determined to reach the enclave, despite warnings from Israel that it will stop them. Along the journey, the convoy has reported drone harassment, explosions at sea, and unidentified vessels closing in, though no injuries so far. European governments have urged restraint, but flotilla leaders refuse offers to offload supplies elsewhere, insisting the blockade itself must be confronted. At the same time, inside Gaza, Israeli forces are intensifying their assault on Gaza City, striking targets and sealing off key routes. The flotilla now edges into high-risk waters, with a direct confrontation looming. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth delivered a forceful address to hundreds of generals and admirals at Marine Corps Base Quantico, announcing a major shift in the Pentagon's direction. He declared the Department of Defense will now be called the Department of War, emphasizing discipline, readiness, and combat strength as its central mission. Hegseth criticized what he called a culture of wokeness in the military and urged officers who disagreed with his vision to step aside. He also pushed for tougher fitness and appearance standards, insisting on a single male-level benchmark for combat roles, even if that limits the number of women eligible for certain positions. The speech drew applause from some in the audience, but also sparked criticism, with opponents warning. It politicizes the military and undermines diversity and inclusion programs. The Justice Department has filed a lawsuit against California, claiming the state is refusing to cancel about 300,000 potentially ineligible voter registrations. Federal officials say the National Voter Registration Act requires states to keep rolls accurate by removing names of people who have moved, died, or are otherwise ineligible. California acknowledges the flagged registrations, but has resisted releasing a full unredacted voter list, citing state privacy laws. Instead, the state has offered federal officials supervised access to review records without turning over personal data in bulk. The DOJ argues that this refusal violates federal election laws, including the Voting Rights Act and the Help America Vote Act, which set standards for maintaining registration lists. The case is now moving forward in federal court, where judges will weigh California's privacy concerns against the federal government's enforcement powers.